So let's talk about some regular verbs in the present tense in Spanish. So we need to talk about some terms, how to conjugate for AR, ER, and IR verbs, and eventually some strategies on how to attack these verbs. So terminology. A couple key words that we need to talk about. Our first one's going to be conjugation. To conjugate. In Spanish, conjugar. Fancy term that tells us we need to change a verb. We've got the infinitive, infinitivo, the subject or the sujeto, so all the words in the parentheses are the Spanish versions, a noun, which is a sustantivo, pronoun, pronombre. Now what are all these things? Well, like I said, to conjugate something, that's when we're going to start talking about changing the verb, specifically changing the endings. So that way, the verb matches the subject of the sentence to tell who's doing the action, and it's going to tell us when they're doing the action, whether that's in the present, past, or future, or any other tense. An infinitive is a verb before it has been conjugated. So in Spanish, it'll still have the AR, ER, IR attached. And it translates to and then whatever the verb is, like to eat, to walk. The subject is the main noun that does the action or the verb in the sentence. Then a noun, obviously person, place, thing, or idea. And a pronoun is a substitute for a noun. It can take its place. So we're talking like he, she, they, I, you. Now the types. We've got a couple different types of verbs in Spanish. Only 3 though, so they're easier to remember. AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs. We know what type they are by looking at the infinitive and the ending. So there's an AR, there's an ER, and way over here we've got our IR verb. If you want to find out more about AR verbs, click AR verbs. If you want to take a look at ER verbs next, please click ER. And lastly, for IR verbs, click the IR verb label down at the bottom.